Well, good morning and welcome to another Wine Steward video of the week. It's good to kind of pretend I'm seeing you, and thank you for seeing us, and also walking in that door down there and participating with us in all kinds of fun ways. Fun ways such as accessing that cheese counter or roaming the sales floor in search of a great bottle of wine or whiskey, or who knows, there's all kinds of beautiful things down there. There's gifts of all kinds, so we try to be that place where you can be one and done as far as your shopping, whether you're putting on a party or about to attend one, or just going home with a nice bottle of wine. Or you can come upstairs, of course, and enjoy a flight or a glass of wine or a pint of beer, of course, at our wine bar mezzanine. So you could do that too. You could enjoy one of our 6 monthly wine clubs, or like a few people out there, enjoy all 6. So there are, in fact, multi-club members, and we're very grateful for your support. In the meantime, let's get to it. Let's tell you about a wine that just arrived that's not being poured yet on our wine bar, but I think we'll have it up there next week. This is a gorgeous Pinot Blanc from Alsace, France. Now, Pinot Blanc is known as one of the noble grape varieties of Alsace, where the nobles are Pinot Gris, Gewürztraminer, Riesling, and Muscat. Pinot Blanc is made by virtually every producer of those other 4, but it's often a little less expensive and perhaps a little less important in complexity and structure and, you know, the things that make a great wine great. Well, this is a great Pinot Blanc. This is a nice exception to the rule made by Schmidt, and it is really delicious. Almond blossoms and apple, a sense of delicate apple qualities, and maybe white peach go on in this beautiful dry wine from Alsace, France, and you really got to try it. So come on in, even if we haven't put it on the wine bar yet, and ask about Schmidt Pinot Blanc, an exception to the rule of Pinot Blanc Mondaneity. How about that? Let us now announce that we have only about 5 or 6 seats left for next week's event. We are featuring Burgundy upstairs, and actually 2/3 of this will be white Burgundy this time around, because we found so many wonderful wines on the white side of this great place, perhaps one of the world's greatest wine regions, known as Burgundy, or Bourgogne as they would call it over there. This is one of the highlights of that upcoming event. This is a Pouligny-Montrachet Vieille Vigne, which simply means that the vines for this particular cuvée from Bourgeois are old vines, Vieille Vigne. Pouligny-Montrachet, what the hell does that mean? That is a small location within Burgundy where, let's say, some of the absolute greatest Chardonnay in the world hails from. And this is, in fact, one of those. You can drink this now, but I would put some away for later as well and save it for all kinds of fancy evenings in your future for really the next 10 or 15 years. That's how long a great Pouligny-Montrachet can age for you. But we will be trying this this coming evening, and we'll be trying it out of this glass. This will be a Burgundy glass that shows all of those wines so nicely. And segueing into what we're doing at the wine bar, I won't even describe the white flight. We're just going to keep the video short today, but say that this glass will be employed for all 5 of the red wines in your red wine tasting flight, should you choose to accept it. So this is the New World Pinot Noir glass that we are loving for Barolo, Northern Rhone style Syrah, Beaujolais, and of course Burgundy, meaning Pinot Noir and Chardonnay from Burgundy, France. And it is also great for Chardonnay from right here in California and Pinot Noir. So anyway, if you don't have this glass yet, and this is the only one you're running with, this is a great glass, but there are certain varieties that really shine from this shape here. So let's show you what we're going to be tasting, what we already are at our tasting, at our wine bar this week, whereas that menu changes absolutely every week. This red flight featuring wines that do nicely in a New World Pinot Noir style glass begins with, hey, why not? Pinot Noir. This is Highlands 41. It's a fairly new Pinot Noir for us. It's going into our Curious Wine Club. That is our lowest rung wine club, you could say, in that for just 30 bucks a month, you're getting 2 nice reds from who knows where. And this time you're getting one from Monterey County near the Santa Lucia Highlands. And this is a wonderful value, I think, for just like $16 or so, and less if you're a wine club member, as you know. you're getting a Pinot Noir that tastes real, that has generous fruit, but is also smart with some savory qualities in the nose and on the palate as well. So that's why I admire this wine. It's not a silly down the street grocery store style Pinot Noir, where many wines at this price point are. And this has real character, good balance, good structure, all the things that we want from a good wine value. So check this wine out. And you Curious Wine Club members, you have one of these coming to you if you haven't picked it up already. So the reason why we're getting value here, by the way, is because the Riboli family, R-I-B-O-L-I, owns the vineyards. So they grow the fruit, they own the winery, they make the wine, and they even hire their own staff members to go around and represent the wine. So they don't run their wine through a distributor or pay a broker to represent them. So it's all very internal, and that's a good way to save me and you money and just show you a good value. That happens here. There is a beautiful wine coming up after that. Let's see, here it is. This takes us to Mount Etna, which is the perennially erupting volcano on the Italian island of Sicily. And this is an Etna Rosso made, I believe, entirely with Nerello Mascalese. It could also include a little bit of Nerello Cappuccio, but I think this one might be 100% Mascalese. At any rate, when you look at the wine, you're not going to be too impressed by the color. Yes, it's a red wine, but it's a more pale red wine. Looks a little bit like Pinot Noir. But what you get as a trade-off or a return on perhaps not disappointing color, but just lighter color, is a fantastic nose where you know you are smelling volcanics. As soon as you smell this dusty, peppery thing going on in the nose. And it kind of behaves like, some people call it the Barolo of the South, because it does have tannin a la Nebbiolo from Piemonte, way up there in the north. So it kind of has that nice food-loving structure, makes you hungry, makes you salivate, and you should enjoy this Etna Rosso here. And now we will take you to something a little more kind and gentle and take you to the Beaujolais region of France, to one of the 10 crus. There might be 11 now. I think they're adding one or have just, anyway, this is Fleury. Fleury is the name of a specific neighborhood within Beaujolais, and all Beaujolais that I know of, if it's red, it's gonna be made of Gamay. Gamay is the featured grape in the region of Beaujolais, south of Burgundy in France. Very gentle, pretty, perfumey wine. I'm gonna try some later. You wanna serve wine like this with a very, very slight chill, by the way. You don't wanna serve it at necessarily room temperature, especially if the day is as hot as today will be. It's nice to have a cool, not chilled, but cooler, cool down version of this Fleury. Fleury, beautiful wine. The next wine is something we've already talked about, but now we're gonna put our wine where our mouth is and put this Châteauneuf-du-Pape on our wine bar flight. You can enjoy a whole glass of it, or as part of the tasting flight, if you choose to embark on that. This is Grand Reserve Papal. So in other words, papal. This is where the popes lived in the 14th century, as you may know. And this is Châteauneuf-du-Pape, new house of the Pope. It is Grenache and Syrah. It is beautiful. It's a 2018 vintage, so a little more classical in style. It's also a very nice value in that for $39.99 and $35.99 to wine club members, including your discount, you are getting classical Châteauneuf-du-Pape value here. You got to try this wine. We bought a lot of it so that a lot of you could enjoy it. The final wine on the red flight is Marjoram Syrah. Yes, as I said before, Syrah shines from this New World Pinot Noir style glass, as does this. This is Marjoram Syrah, utilizing, I think, no fewer than 7 different vineyards, maybe 9, down in Santa Barbara County, Sideways Country. You know, we did 17 different wines from Sideways Country the other night and had to omit a few of our favorites. And I thought, well, since we didn't have this one on, what was it, Tuesday evening for the Sideways Country event, let's bring it to the wine bar. So favorite producer of ours from down there, Marjoram, a Rhone grape specialist. This is Syrah from many, many different great vineyards, including Stoltman, by the way, in Santa Barbara County. There we go. That is it for the red flight. That is it for the video, except the brief reminder that you should really try this Pinot Blanc. It's gorgeous. And if you're remotely interested in trying 12 different great white Burgundies, or white and red, we should say, next week, you should sign up now. Go to thewinesteward.com because this is only going to be poured for 28 people, and I think we're in the low 20s right now on sign up. So buyer beware. Sign up now. Thank you very much for watching, and have a great weekend. Stay cool tomorrow.